gon' slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
Reese doing some glitchy stuff. Oh my gosh. He's doing glitchy stuff. There's no way
EA
his
Sports
defensive
coverage of the
line
NFL
like
takes us to the
every
Valley of the
freaking
Sun
time.
and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
On the ready.
Mike 51.
Hard.
Ooh, the chop.
Snap.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Clifford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Curry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
We go. 10-2 start. General West.
I got one. Big gap. Mike 51.
Look. Squeeze.
From the gun on third down, Clifford. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Tackle made by the 2nd-round pick, Isaiah Oliver.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Yeah, the game loaded up and everything, then he backed out. And now he backed in.
Why you say that? I mean, no Tuck, no Ronnie.
Damn, Ronnie going too?
No Tuck, no Ronnie, no Charlie, no Keith.
What happened to Ronnie?
Ronnie did some weirdo shit. That nigga did some weirdo shit. Tune in. Yo, y'all might have to fight for this division now.
Who playing?
Troy about to play the boy Corey and LML in the playoffs. This game got big implications on who I play.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
What you talking about, man?
And now Murray's going to set up to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
There's no way this nigga racist.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. Give him 52 yards on the ground. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Clifford letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell me they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Logan, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Maybe something going on with it again.
Check 45 the mic. Defense wins championships, baby.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And that one complete to Wendell Smallwood. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
I said it says the connection to your player hasn't been lost. I said, I don't know what's going on with his game.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Shift. Rush in.
On 3rd down, Logan. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the...
Take that.
Who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Back to throw. Clifford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Cardinals' 31-yard line.
Don't be mad, Twine.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
That's what I do.
From the gun, Clifford. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, 31 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. And Isabella, 48 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
What?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Come out with my blitz pack.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off the play fake. Clifford, he's going to air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 37-yard line.
Damn, 54-7? God damn.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
It was that last time.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Clifford, man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Clifford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
What we got? 45 to Mike. Let's get the ball. 45. Mike, 45. You're trash.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Looking middle, and that's complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away.
Big cat.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And just shutting him off there. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking then.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Buda Baker with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sideline. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. We'll see how you're going to react. We'll see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here comes the Cardinals punter now. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They run again with Logan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 1st down, Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Murray gets this one to Isabella. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing now is Murray. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Ready? Check Mike 45. Coming this way. Here we go. Back. Switch. Check that.
Murray keeps it himself, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray taking it in as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Hassan Reddick able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Clifford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Clifford got his man complete over the middle. It's Curry. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Bang, 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 bang. SOS.
They'll run on 1st down. Logan. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
54. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Get there. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Murray now on first down. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray.
No,
that's going to be caught.
See the old
27 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Murray now to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Got it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Throwing on first down. Clifford. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, complete. That's Curry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 15. Check 15. Go on. Go on.
From the gun, Clifford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Hey, Sam off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Clifford, this one caught by Ridley. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
61, matchbox, light. Look at me. Go. Shoot.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Vic Beasley, his 2nd sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Let's get it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
X3, 218, chop. Bam.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly. Right?
And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. His tight end Clay, the intended receiver. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Clifford. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Murray off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Motion. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 45. Mike, 45. Watch the curl.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished. And now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
Fielded at about the 28. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Running right, this is Freeman. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. A big run there by Freeman. 49 yards on the ground. And that run right there, just what the doctor ordered.
You talk about putting it all together for your offense, because no big run happens unless everyone does their job. And now you're thinking about ending the football game because you're in field goal range.
What a dandy this has been. They'll run here with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He's going to let it fly, and that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way.
You better not quit.
But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 19-yard line.
Down. 18 Gator. Leo.
On second down, it's Freeman, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving mad and blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass.